Ramu. Ask Shraddha whether she has got the vision for October. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ramu. Shri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ramu.
Correction.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ramu. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. Pranam, pranam, pranam. Before we take up any subject, we thought we would read out the vision for October 2023. You can do some recording.
Recording is going on. Separate.
No, separate.
Audio.
Volume.
Swamiji, you have to say we are in vision.
Okay. Editorial. As the vision is being sent to you electronically as the e-version, it is now proposed to reduce the number of pages to 16 from 38 and make it more concise. We would appreciate your feedback to help us fine-tune the contents and enhance them for our spiritual journey. Divine embodiments. All individuals, including spiritual aspirants, tend to respond to events and individuals based on their own perspectives, even though we intellectually comprehend from scriptures and teachings of saints that we are not what we assume ourselves to be, and that we are essentially, intrinsically embodiments of divinity. The true challenge lies in realizing this truth. In addition to our chosen spiritual practices, it would be beneficial to contemplate on the words of wisdom of spiritually evolved souls. This constant reflection serves as a reminder of the ultimate goal we seek to attain. This month's issue of the Vision covers some of the revelations of saints on this subject. Papa's poem, I am all, you are all. My mind wanders and rests on you. Here the Y is capital. My eye gaze and behold you. In all the sounds I hear you. Whatever I touch, it is you. My heart loves. The object is you. You means God. My life comes from you. Always flows into you. We are one, still we are two. Lead article of Papa. Man is embodied divinity. Human life has a great purpose behind it. It is not given to be lived out in ignorance of the divine source from which it springs. When the source is known, it flows like a sparkling stream imbued with immortal joy and peace, diffusing its beneficence for all alike. Otherwise, life assumes a dull and monotonous aspect. It feels that it is fettered by innumerable ties. It is like a bird trapped in a cage and struggling for freedom. Man is an embodied divinity. He can raise himself to the heights of spiritual eminence. He can experience his absolute and deathless existence. He can make every atom of his manifest life thrill with the divine consciousness. He can know his oneness with the visible nature and invisible worlds. Apparently an individual, still he lives and acts ever in tune with the infinite. So let your wisdom be of the eternal, your love be of the infinite, your actions bear the stamp of universality. Thus realize the supreme perfection of your life. Verily, you are He. Words of beloved Papa Swami Ramdas. When our life is pure and attuned to nature, meaning the expression of God, there is in us no fear or hate. Thus, by continuous awareness of our real life and being, we realize that we are one with God, the all-pervading, eternal Spirit. Let us remember who we are. We have forgotten our true self, which is God. Tattvamasi, that thou art, says the Veda. So let us think of God, meditate on Him, be awakened to the consciousness of Him. We will then transcend the body idea, which is the cause of all ignorance and misery. Self and God are one. We must accept this as the central truth. We can see Him, provided we are sufficiently pure. Blessed are the pure in heart, because they shall see God. By remembrance of God alone can we purify our minds. Darkness can be removed only by light. There is no other way. By constant thought of purity, our hearts become pure. God is all purity. Constant remembrance of Him will free us from lust, greed, and wrath. Then the light which is already within us will shine out and permeate our whole being. Words of Pujya Mataji Krishnabai. Mataji picked up the Prem Sudha and opened the book on the Abhang, beginning with the line Prabhu Kari Paha, based on beloved Papa's original poem in English titled I Am the Tool. After singing the lines of the Marathi Abhang softly, Mataji remarked, see how Papa has mingled the eternal and the transient so beautifully in every song. Papa takes us to the highest spiritual state and then speaks of the finite state of Namarupa, name and form. Now in this song, Papa starts by telling us Prabhu Kari Paha and then goes to say Tomi Ahe, or I am that. Then Papa tells us that He is the body. Thus He tells us that He is everything. If you care to read Papa's poem carefully, you will find the same intermixture of the eternal and the non-eternal. We too can realize how they cover all the aspects of divinity. Every poem of Papa refers to each one of us as his amsha or particle, then to the universe, and his universal body, and finally to one who transcends everything, one who is all that is manifest and unmanifest and yet is beyond everything. This is the Purushottama aspect of Papa, Nirguna aspect of God. Words of Pujya Swami Satchidanandaji. We have been feeling that we are not divine, we are individuals, and consider others also as individuals. Having full faith in the words of our masters, that everything is divine and nothing but divine, if we go forward with intense sadhana, we will be able to reach the goal very fast without disturbing the so-called worldly life. From the very beginning of our sadhana, our life will be very blissful. We have only to remember our divinity. We are not merely the body, mind, intellect or senses. We are in reality Atman only. If we accept this, naturally we have also to accept that everyone we meet, everything we see is also not merely the body but the Atman itself. So the Atman sees the Atman. The Atman deals with the Atman. This consciousness has to be maintained. This is possible if we sincerely try for it. The saint is he, the sinner is he. Though it is easier to see him in a saint, we should not be carried away by the wiles of a so-called sinner and forget him, forget God, when he thus hides his divinity. Spark of Divinity by Mahatma Gandhi. We may not be of God, but we are of God. Even as a little drop of water is of the ocean, its surroundings and cannot feel the might and majesty of the ocean, but if someone would point out to it that it is the ocean, its faith would revive, it would dance with joy, and the whole of the might and majesty of the ocean would be reflected in it. Papa and Mahatmaji, because October 2nd happens to be Gandhi Jayanti Day. Mahatma Gandhi was essentially a man of God, a man whose supreme power and virtue lay in this magnificent influence in awakening humanity to the eternal verities of life and leading it on to the height of moral and spiritual culture. Both East and West have recognized in him a divine messenger of peace upon this earth. Never forget your divinity by Swami Chidananji Maharaj. Every object in this outer universe is a center of spiritual force because it is a manifestation of the primal cosmic energy or power. A tree, a stone, falling rain, the blowing wind, everything that you can see, hear, taste, smell or touch in this universe, whether immediate or remote, is infilled by the divine principle. This was the experience of the Upanishadic seers, and you have to try to be constantly aware of the hidden substratum of the apparent ever-changing names and forms. If you are rooted in this awareness, then you are conscious of being enveloped by a power, by a benign presence, a healing presence, a peaceful presence, a radiant, luminous presence. Thus it becomes much easier to relate yourself directly, either through prayer or through invoking the divine name, which represents this prayer, and through Swadhyaya, study of scriptures, which raises your mind to sublime heights. Embodiments of Divinity by Swami Ranganathananji. So far as man is concerned, there is an eternal element in every one of us. Our philosophy tells, bodies come and go, the soul remains. That is why we say at death, we threw the body away. Sharir chhod diya. I am the Atman, I am the soul, I have a body, I threw it away. That is our normal understanding. So these people who are here, yourself, myself, we are always there. There is no time when we were not. There is no time when we shall not be. We are the immortal Atman. That is the truth about man as taught by India's Sanatana Dharma. The human beings are essentially divine. We have a body, subject to change, subject to death, but our self is essentially divine and deathless. We are all Amritasya Putraha. As Upanishads proclaims, Natvevaham Jadunasham Natvam Neme Janadiva. Neither myself, nor yourself, nor these kings have been not, nor shall we all cease to be. We are always there, even after the death of the body. God, the sum total of everything in the universe by Swami Vivekananda. The impersonal God is a living God, a principle. The difference between personal and impersonal is this, that the personal is only a man, and the impersonal idea is that he is the angel, the man, the animal, and yet something more which we cannot see, because impersonality includes all personalities, is the sum total of everything in the universe and infinitely more besides. As the one fire coming into the world is manifesting itself in so many forms, and yet is infinitely more besides, so is the impersonal. We want to worship a living God. I have seen nothing but God in all my life. To see this chair, you first see God, then the chair in and through Him. He is everything, saying I am. The moment you feel I am, you are conscious of existence. Where shall we go to find God if we cannot see Him in our own hearts and in every living being? Thou art all that exists, a wonderful living God who is the only fact in this universe. Divinity is present in every being by Satya Sai Baba. Baba says, someone questioned Shirdi Sai Baba, are you God? What was his reply? All are the forms of the divine. I am not only divine, but also the divinity that is present in the divine, said Baba. So the same divinity is present in every being as all are forms of the divine. But people are not able to realize the divine because they drink intoxicating wine of worldly desires. Wine leads to ignorance, but not to the divine. So you should consume something that promotes divinity. What is it? It is love. If you taste the fruit of love, you need no other nourishment. Love is the essence of all fruits. It is the goal of all love goals. It is the end of all spiritual practices. Cultivate such a love with a pure and steady mind. For this, you should keep the body, mind and senses on the right track. Manifestation is divinity embodied by Swami Ramtirtha. That being shining in the sun is no other than myself. That self in me is certainly the being shining in the sun. By such texts, the Vedas preach the light of lights, the self-supreme, I, that self or thou, yeah, same, the same. When viewed from the standpoint of God, self, the whole world becomes an effusion of beauty, expression of joy, and outpouring of bliss. The limitation of vision being overcome, there remains nothing ugly. When everything is my own self, how could anything be other than sweetness condensed? Self is Anand, bliss. Therefore, self-realization is equal to the realization of the whole world as bliss crystallized. Our perception of the powers of nature as my own hand, my own feet, and feeling the universe as my own sweet self embodied. Dear children, are you God? One cold evening during the holiday season, a little boy about 6 or 7 was standing out in front of a store window. The little child had no shoes and the clothes were mere rags. A young woman passing by saw the little boy and could read the longing in his pale blue eyes. She took the child by the hand, led him into the store. There she bought him some new shoes and a complete set of warm clothing. They came back outside into the street, and the woman said to the child, "Now you can go home and have a very happy holiday." The little boy looked up at her and asked, "Are you God, Mom?" She smiled down at him and replied, "No, son, I am just one of his children." The little boy then said, "I knew you had to be some relation." Epistles of Swami Ramdas. The fount of immortal bliss is ever within you. You are that itself. Our real being is indeed an illumined mass of eternal splendor and delight. Even as the waves are not different from the ocean, so the Leela or the manifestation is only a series of vast movements of the eternal Anandam, which is at the base, heart, and core of all beings in the universe. Behold, in all movements of your mind and in all activities of your body, nothing but the play of Anand. Joy and grief, pain and loss, success and failure, virtue and sin are all mind-made. Supreme everlasting joy is the only reality. Realize that you are the blissful Atman. Motion in external work, rest in inner calmness of the spirit. The Atman is the cosmic soul, and your action belongs to the cosmic activity. Your physical body is but an instrument of the divine. Let his power work through you as he wills, unhampered by the ego sense. Yours is to enjoy immortal joy by complete surrender. Doubt not, fear not, worry not. Realize that he and his infinite power within you guide you, control you, actuate you to do all things at all times. In memoriam, Suresh Pardhanani, a devotee of the ashram from Pune, was called by beloved Papa on the 11th of September. We pray for beloved Papa's blessings on the dear departed soul for eternal rest and peace at his lotus feet. Anandashram News, 15,500 crore Namajapa Yajna for world peace. The total japa received in the fourth round of the 15,500 Namajapa Yajna for world peace in the month of August is 210 crores. The grand total of the japa done so far in this round now stands at 600 crores. 15th Mahasamadhi day of Puja Swami Sachidanandaji. On 12th of October 2023, we observe Puja Swamiji's 15th Mahasamadhi day. Puja Swamiji's life teaches us that our assertive nature should not prevent us from considering the views and opinions of others. 120th Jayanti of Puja Mataji Krishnabai. Puja Mataji Krishnabai's 120th Jayanti will be celebrated on the 14th. Puja Mataji brings spirituality in daily life by her motherly touch in all that she did. On these sacred occasions, the Vision offers his humble homage to Puja Mataji and Puja Swamiji with a prayer to bless all devotees with intensity to actualize the spiritual values in their daily lives. Thought for the month: behold God within you, and then behold Him everywhere as all the manifested worlds. Don't adhere to the lower planes. Don't seek satisfaction there. Soar up into the regions of your transcendent being. Aspire, aspire, aspire until the highest goal is reached, says beloved Papa. Hari Om. How much time? 20? Hmm? 20, yeah? Yeah, some editing is necessary. But now we read. Any point from it stays with all of us. Any point.
Love is the essence of all creatures.
Love is the essence of all creation. Then.
Word is an expression of joy.
World is a
World is an
manifestation
expression of joy.
World is an expression of joy. Okay, then.
We are not what we assume ourselves to be.
Eh?
What?
We are not what we assume ourselves to be. Yes? Good. Anything else?
Everything is divine. Life is blissful.
Okay.
Impersonality includes all personalities.
Impersonality?
Includes all personalities.
Impersonality includes all personality. Then,
The story of that lady and the boy where she is displaying her divine nature.
The lady's story that she buys everything.
no. What is?
The boy. She displays divine nature.
Divine nature. Okay. Then,
As a bird in a cage struggling for freedom, we are.
we are struggling.
Yes.
If we feel that, we are game. Somebody has to tell us that we are in the cage, you know.
Yes.
Then,
I am the truth.
eh?
I am the truth.
I am the truth.
I am the truth.
Swamiji, thought, word, deed, and expression of the life.
Huh?
Thought, word, deed is the expression of life.
Oh, good. Words from.
A little drop of water is from ocean.
The drop, forgot about it. If somebody were to remind, it will dance with joy. That means we have come from him, we have forgotten. And if when somebody says, you belong to that, we become blissful. Very nice. Gandhiji's words. Then, try. How many Mahatma's words?
Mahatma's words. Papa, Mataji,
No.
Sachidanandaji, Papa, and then Vivekananda, Sai Baba,
Vivekananda, Sai Baba, Ranganathananda Swami.
Ranganathanandaji, Ranganathanandaji, Ramatirtha, and epistles of Ramdas.
Epistles of Ramdas.
Swami Chidanandaji also wrote.
Chidananda also, yes. Hari Om.
Anything else? When having read this, having remembered this much, in what way it helps us in our spiritual journey?
It helps us to go within and reach the higher.
Yes? Anybody else?
Sanji, this helps us that if we say we are not what we assume ourselves to be, we start thinking that if we are not what we assume ourselves to be, then who are we? We start contemplating on this sentence more.
Very nice, very nice. When we have heard that we are not what we assume ourselves to be, then who am I, That it will touch and kindle this question in us. Yes, absolutely right. Then,
Swamiji, understand the divinity aspects in all forms.
try to understand the divinity in all forms. It's a reminder. Yes, then. Try. Because vision is not going to come to you in the printed form. So when you get it through electronically, through your mobile, that's why we have cut down to 16 pages, and we have now checked up how much time it takes. In 20 minutes you can cover. Now, if these 20 minutes, if we attentively go through, it should touch and kindle something in us. So it is not to check you all, but it's only to get a feedback, how this is working. So the first I would invite your attention on the lead article title. Anybody remember the title? Doesn't matter. Man is embodied divinity. Though we are in essence that, we have not still realized. So in order that the realization process gets more and more speeded up, we need constant reminder from Mahatmas to inform us that we are embodied divinities. When we hear, we get thrilled. But the moment the session is over, we are back to our usual limited sense of individuality. So, periodical, after repeated reminders are necessary to know our real core of our being. Because we are essentially, intrinsically that. Because we came from Him, we are taken care of by Him, but we have forgotten our source, and now He is gently reminding us through Mahatmas. If this is clear, the real purpose of going through Papa's teachings will be served in this vision. And all other saints have viewed it from different perspective, but at the same time, it is needed to get it concretized, stabilized in our mind. Not only that, Papa, Mataji, Swamiji have said, all these 7, due to paucity of space, we have to limit to 7 saints. So the take-home message is that we are basically, essentially that we have forgotten, and God, out of His love for us, He is gently reminding us through Mahatmas what we originally are. That is the central theme of this month's vision. Because right from our childhood, We have not entertained this truth. We have been thinking in terms of me and mine only. Though we were all drawn to by Papa, though we were all taking to Ramnam chanting, though we were all, at least some time, we go through Papa's teachings, though we had a lot of occasions to visit holy places, temples, ashrams, having the holy darshan of Mahatmas, still our sense and individuality remains as such. So a constant hammering of this truth is necessary, so that at the time of hearing the words of wisdom of masters, we are convinced, we have faith in them, we revere them. But the moment that program is over, or even during the program, our sense of individuality peeps in and makes us aware of its existence. So this October issue, with the lead article entitled "Man is embodied God, man is embodied divinity," it should come back to us always. Even if we don't contemplate upon the theme, the different words, if this lead article's title, if it comes back to us often, it will be a great blessing. Man is embodied divinity. All start from the lead article, no? That is why the lead article plays a very important role in a magazine. With that background, if we start going through one after one after one, then we find a chronological order in everything. The same truth is expressed by different saints, that's all. And we are going through the different aspects or perspectives to get more and more clarity. And it should enable us to do more and more reflecting, contemplating, manana. Whatever may be our involvement outside, all of us will get some pause moments in our life. And during those pause moments, we try to bring this title. Man is embodied divinity. Man is embodied divinity. Man is embodied divinity. Something like a father, out of his love for his son, equips him. And then the son goes out from the fold of his father, and he carries on his life, and he meets with various stressful periods. Suddenly he feels he has nothing to hold on. And somebody comes and says, "It can't be, your father is not like that. Though you are away from your father, he must have done something for your rainy days. Get in touch with him and know." Then he gets in touch with, and the father says, "I have kept sufficient funds for your rainy days, you go and draw it." Something like that. God is our father and mother. He gave us this sense of individuality. When we came out, we started having our own world. In this, there are lots of ups and downs. Normally, we try to manage in our own way. When it reaches the height of desperation, then when we go to a Guru reminds us, God will never leave you. He would have definitely done what is needed for you. Get in touch with him. So because of the prompting given by the Guru, we get in touch with him, we pray to him, we have a communion with him, dialogue with him, and suddenly we become aware he is an embodiment of all that is needed, all that we need to get over this problem. And then we try to lead a blissful life. This particular title, touches and kindles these emotions. So it assures us. And Vivekananda was quoting that Upanishad word, Amritasya Putra. Sunvandu Vishwe Amritasya Putra. Here, you are the heirs of immortal bliss. That fixed deposit is there, fixed immortal bliss. Though you have not claimed it so far, it is there for you. So this particular article, when we keep on dwelling, it gives us it builds up our confidence. The sagging morale is definitely boosted up. He is there. He has been with me, I am not aware. So he will not leave me. When his care and concern is there, why should I bother? He may make me to go through the so-called ups and downs for reasons known to him. And when I ask him, he may say it is only to purify you, to fine-tune you, to make you worthy of calling my son. But he is there, he is there, he is there. So this particular title, so what we would request all of you, the moment you hear this reading, or when you go through the vision, which you will get on 1st of October, through e-version, electronically. When you open your mobile, if not the computer, and if you are not in a position to complete it in one go, anytime, but when you read Papa's lead article, kindly dwell on it, because it will not take much time. 2 or 3 minutes at best. 2 or 3 minutes, correct. Dwell on it. And other Mahatmas one by one. And send us the feedback. Because we are experimenting for the first time. So far we have been sending for the past 3-4 months because of some statutory problems. It was 38 pages. Then we realized nobody will be able to go through the e-version if it is so lengthy. So the prompting came to reduce to 16 pages. We would request all of you, the moment you get it, after a couple of days, kindly send us your feedback. Whether it is lengthy, whether it is okay, whether the presentation is okay. Because we are not sending it just for the sake of having a vision. Papa was very clear right from the beginning, when he was the editor in 1933, that it should give a boost to the spiritual progress. So kindly think over and send us the feedback. We hope all of you have given your data, If not, kindly give. Have you received an intimation about...
Yes, Swami. Yes,
yeah. You have all given,
Yes.
Yes,
We are given. We are given already. Reminder thought.
Everybody,
Yes.
please think over. If you have not sent, you kindly send us your email or your WhatsApp telephone number.
Language.
If you do that, either through the telephone call, WhatsApp, what you call WhatsApp, or through email, we will be able to send you this. Simultaneously, Papa is also prompting to bring out a small newsletter in regional languages. It is in the making. It will be only 1 page, 1.5 page, which anybody can read just like this, 1 minute, 2 minutes. There will be only one small article and one anecdote connecting with Papa's quotation. It is still in the making. And we would like to get it translated into regional languages, and it will be also be sent. Because it is sent through this e-version, it has to be very, very short. It can't be lengthy. Everybody is busy with so many activities. So, but it can be a successful attempt only if we know whether it serves you all. At least people who are attending the, what is this called? Google Meet. If you can respond, it will help us a lot. Your suggestions. So many people are hearing, so many people are attending. So if you have not given your database, kindly send it tomorrow itself by email. So, and then when you get it on the first, kindly let us know whether it is okay. You be free in your suggestions. All suggestions are welcome. The vision was started in 1933 by Param Pujya Papa. We want that mission to continue, which he had envisaged. The Yuga Dharma demands that it should now be in the electronic, digital form. And of course, we can understand it will save us a lot. People who are having the printed version, what will they do after some time? And posting it, so many things, it can all be reduced. Now, almost everyone must be having either a computer or a mobile with all facilities. And whenever they feel like switching on this, they can open and read. So we want that to become effective. We want them to assist us in our journey. We want them to know more and more about the profound teachings of Papa. So kindly help us, kindly cooperate with us, kindly join with us, and to make it as perfect as possible. In the next 2 or 3 months, if you keep on giving us the feedback, everything will be attuned to that, and say by January, February, our vision will become really a tool, really a boost, a fillip to our spiritual journey. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes, Swami. Yes, Swami.
Yes, Swami.
Yes, Swami.
Yes. Anything else you want us to say? We have 10 more minutes.
Vision is for vision's sake.
Vision is for?
Vision's sake.
Which vision?
Inner vision.
Huh?
Inner vision.
Inner vision.
Say like that. Vision is for inner vision's sake.
Yes.
Then?
It is more or less digital, parents.
More or less.
Just like, when it's going digital, everything is going just now. Swamiji is also turning to be.
You have to go with the time, Otherwise, you will be left behind.
Yes, yes.
It's the transition stage.
Yes, Swami.
We will all our best, try our level best to make it as perfect as possible and in line with Papa's message.
Thank God, needs to be continuous. That is the point.
Thank
Needs
God
to be
needs to be
continued.
continued.
It will be continued, definitely. Papa's grace is there,
Yes.
Everything. No question of stopping it.
Yes.
The only thing is the mode changes. Ranganathanji was explaining in his Gita talks, there are 2 dharmas. One is Sanatana Dharma and the other is Yuga Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is static. It has been there, it will be there. Yuga Dharma keeps on changing. Sanatana Dharma is that this culture of Bharat accept that basically, essentially, intrinsically all are divine. All manifestations are forms of God. That is Sanatana Dharma. So there is an eternal kinship between creations. Nobody is left out in this. It is forever. Yuga Dharma keeps on changing. In some yuga, probably this Havan, Yajna, so many things were predominant. Like that, so many things keep on, after some time, it is replaced by something else, something else, something else. But Sanatana Dharma remains the same. That is called it is Sanatana Dharma, Shashvata Dharma, eternal Dharma. Because this kinship is eternal, we are reminded gently of the duties towards each other, the interdependence, interconnectedness. These are all eternal. No change. But the modes have been changing from one to another. So we have to, then only we can go with the time. So like that, 1933 to 2023 May, vision was in a printed form. 23 May he created apparently a problem with the postal department. And we delayed, we thought we would get the okay. Finally, when he did not come, we paid the full postage and then posted it. Then it was a reminder to us that this cannot go on like that. Then the idea of switching over. So Papa brought out the circumstances in such a way, otherwise we would not have switched over. So there should be an instrumental cause for everything. Now we realize that it was his wish that we should switch over and move along with the time. So that is why all these changes have come. So Yuga Dharma and Sanatana Dharma. So we should all be conscious of both. If we are conscious of this, then there won't be any trouble at all. If you are not conscious of this, then so many things, because traditions, it keeps on changing. But if you get to the tradition, we will not be able to move forward. At the same time, tradition helps to a certain extent to remind us of the goal. But it has to go along with the time. Once we were discussing with Pujya Swamiji about this tradition, about our bondage with this tradition. Immediately he looked at us, stopped and looked at us. Who sets tradition? He immediately asked this question. If God prompts us to change the tradition, we must change. So then he will prompt us, not that we are changing it. There will be some instrumental cause by which we are made to think about all these things. And suddenly he will bring it out, what is prevalent now.
Swamiji, will there be diminution of values?
Diminution of values. Value diminution.
Value deletion will not be there because it refers to Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means
different factors expressed by different persons in different situations.
No, values don't change, Values don't change. Values are nothing but the expressed forms of divinity. Values don't change. Whether I am unaware of it, whether I am misusing it, whether I am disusing it, abusing it, then it doesn't change the truth. So the values are values. What is truth? Truth is always that. What is love? What is compassion? What is selflessness? What is sacrifice? They all are the different forms of divinity, you know. That is why it has been explained that we are all, you know, the, what is that called? It is called Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Vasudeva Kutumbakam.
What sense get changed? We are SION.
So if that we say there is an Upanishad called Maha Upanishad.
Yes.
In the Maha Upanishad, these words are there. There it mentions Udara Jaridanam tu Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So we are all children of one parent. It is ever there. It doesn't get altered. So my interdependence, interconnectedness, my duty towards each other, which is called values, it all remains intact. That is the basis of Bharat's culture. Never we were told to start from the me and mine. We were asked to talk from the broadest sense. It's a beautiful region. Recently we had this G20, you know. The whole thing started coming from Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We were very happy. At least we are now remembering all those things.
Hari Om, Swami. Hari Om.
Hari Om. No, I am searching for that particular sloga. Papa says, we must have read this many a time, but since we are talking about Sanatana Dharma, no? The life principle that activates all beings is the same. We all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, and are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. The earth yields its rich gifts to all alike. The difference between man and man on the material plane are, in truth, unnatural and improper. For the component parts and the composition of human bodies and the qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. If we look with a pure vision that belongs to an enlightened mind, we do not see any clear-cut line of demarcation that isolates man from man, one set of people from another, one nation from another. We are indeed parts of a stupendous whole, WHOLE. We are units that form the world community or family, so we can live and act as members of a world brotherhood or federation. True religion therefore signifies the linking of the individual soul with the cosmic soul. The soul does not belong to any caste, creed, race, nationality. Its nature is universal. Inherently, it is pure, enlightened, free and blissful. The Maha Upanishad says, Ayam nija paroveti gananam laguchetasam udara charidanam tu vasudeva kutumbakam. Meaning is, who discriminate? This one is a friend, that one is a stranger, are people with petty mind, laguchetasam. People with evolved consciousness, udara charidam, embrace the entire world as their own family. Such type of Upanishadic words have come to us, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 years back. Imagine. That is our Sanatana Dharma. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Ayam nija paroveti gananam jaguchetasam udara charitanam tu vasudaiva kutumbakam. So today's topic was man is embodied divinity. Keep on thinking about it. This is what Papa wanted all of us to think for the month of October, so that the foundation becomes more and more strong in our spiritual life. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Pranam Swami.
Pranam, pranam.
Pranam Swami.